In today's video, we're talking about a very serious situation that unfortunately happens a lot. What happens when a minor is under investigation for a sex crime? This is more and more common. What are happening is we're seeing teens and underage people sexting. They're engaging in sexual contact with one another. A lot of the times they're doing this unknowing that it is a big problem if they are exposed, if they're caught, if they're transferring images. If one parent of a couple that's in a relationship has a problem with it, they can really cause a lot of damage. And what we're saying in this video is what you should do if you're thinking this is possibly going to be happening to you or to your child. Number one, it's a very serious situation. As I said, any type of sex crime in Arizona, it's a huge problem that needs to be addressed very, very prudently. First thing you're going to want to do is contact a lawyer. That's out of the gate. Before you even consider anything else, make sure you contact a lawyer, whether it's us or somebody else. That's number one. Number two, do not speak to anybody about it. Nobody. This includes the parent. This includes the child, the under 18 person who's involved in it. Do not speak to anybody about it, and I mean anybody. Friends, police, teachers, counselors, anybody who you would ordinarily talk to about this. You cannot talk to them about it. The reason why this is so important is because what often happens in these types of investigations, if somebody goes to the police will help orchestrate what's called a confrontation call. Confrontation call is exactly what it sounds like. Somebody calls the person who is alleged to have committed the offense, and they confront them about it. They get them to admit on the phone to what they did. There are certain rules of evidence about what happens with those statements, but this is why it's so important that there is no communication at all, because what will happen will be they can get a parent, they can get a friend, they can get a counselor, they can get somebody who works at the school to make that phone call or to set up that meeting, and then they'll record it. Arizona's a one-party state, so you don't need permission. You don't need to let the other person on the other end of the phone call know that it's being recorded. They'll get that person to make admissions, then they will use it against them. This is why you cannot talk to anybody. It's critically important. You have a right to remain silent. Use it. Use that right to remain silent. Call a lawyer. Don't talk about it. In addition to that, stay off social media. People will post a lot of their dirty laundry on social media all the time, especially younger people who don't know any better. They'll get on there and they'll say X, Y, and Z is being a huge B word or a something word, and they'll post it all over the place. Their friends will get involved. We'll see chains of comments back and forth between people arguing over this stuff when really it's all private. Nobody should be talking about anything. The magic words are, I want my parent, I want my mom, I want my dad, and I'll wait for our lawyer. Those are it. If your child is pulled into school, if they're confronted by the police, your parent needs to be there, a lawyer needs to be there. Otherwise, you are exercising all of your constitutional rights to be silent. Cannot emphasize it enough. A lot of the times, people will think that they can handle these things outside of the legal system. Parents will talk to other parents. They'll say, this is a personal, private matter. We should be able to talk through this. Many times that will come back to bite you in the butt, because what happens is there's a confrontation call. The negotiations between the two parties will suddenly go sour, and somebody will report on the other person. It happens a lot. We certainly do not want that to happen to you. Ideally, yes, all of this stuff gets resolved, but the stakes are too high to try to go at it yourself. So just make sure you understand these. The number one principle, anytime that you're under investigation with the police for any offense, but in particular in these situations, remain silent. Exercise your right to remain silent. Exercise your right to contact a lawyer. We have people answering the phones 24 hours a day. If this is something you need to speak with us about, give us a call. We offer free case evaluations. We can walk you through this investigatory phase. Ideally, make sure that nobody is getting charged. Get all of this stuff resolved without it having to go any further. We hope we don't have to speak to you about this, but if we do, give us a call. We'll make sure that we can put a plan in place, calm things down, and make sure that we can help you through it. So, free case evaluations. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks for watching.